welcome. Our course title is Project Management and Video Production. What is project management? Have you ever looked up at a new building that's being constructed and wondered how every worker knows exactly what to do in a given day? Have you ever wondered what it takes to make sure that the materials get to the construction site on time? That the workers focus on the most important task, that the building is constructed on time and on budget. These responsibilities are the main concerns of the team responsible for the building, the architects, engineers, building planners, and the rest. A project can be defined as a complex undertaking that has clear goals, has a definite beginning and end, and can be broken down into smaller, more specific tasks. A group can have any number of projects going on at any one time and handle all of this well given the proper tools. Information technology projects or IT projects are managed in a way that is similar to how other projects which may or may not use information technology resources are managed. The project manager takes care of all the necessary resources, schedules the specific task, and estimates the total time it would take to complete the project. IT project management focuses mostly on managing resources. Let's talk now about the different resources in an IT project. Resources in creating a website, we have hardware, software, and human resources. Under hardware, these are development environment, servers, connection to the internet. It pertains to the needed materials and equipments in creating a website. Softwares are the instructions and programs that will be used in creating a website, such as the operating system, the graphic software, programming languages, and database management system. For the human resources, it deals about the different personnels with the roles of first project manager, information architect, web designers or web developers, tester and maintenance, and the content writers. For the resources in producing a video, we have there under materials are the hardware and software, the video camera, the tripod, storage devices, output devices, cables, editing software, graphic software. Human resources are the personnel involved in producing a video like director, production designer, soundman, cinematographer, production assistant. There are different types of IT projects. IT projects can be web development. It aims to design, create, and launch a website. The projects are generally graphical in nature and use images, CSS, and HTML. Corporate websites, personal websites, and online journals are some examples. Application development aims to create a customized program that addresses a specific need. These IT projects are typically used by companies to automate a certain portion of their business. For example, in a school, they may require the creation of an app that will allow their students to enroll via internet. In a systems development, those applications that have been developed are linked together, and when combined, it can address a broader objective. For example, a module or an app for chatting is paired up and combined with a module or an app for video conferencing. Together, they can create an online chat and video conference system. Video development is where the internet is used for multimedia distribution that justifies the video production recognition as one of the information technology projects. project lifecycle is one of the things that distinguish a project from activities that cannot be considered as projects. Whereas whimsical or simple activities are executed in one step, projects go through stages of development with defined phases. An IT project lifecycle goes through the following phases: problem definition, planning and design, development, testing, deployment, and maintenance. In each phase or stages, there will be activities and deliverables. Activities pertains to the different tasks that each stage will undertaken or undergo, and deliverables are the output or the outcome. Problem definition. This phase involves all the initial activities that will be needed for the project. One of the first steps in this phase is the conceptualization of the project itself. The idea has to be translated into a documented form and agreed upon by the project team. In the problem definition phase, the project team lays down the foundation of the project in terms of objectives, scope, and acceptance criteria. Activities are conceptualization, broad scoping, and creation of acceptance criteria. Deliverables, concept paper. Planning and design. This phase intends to prepare the essentials of the project even before execution. These essentials include the composition of the project team and the assignment of each member, a clear timetable, a work breakdown structure, a finite budget, and ready contingencies. Beyond these essentials, the project team also allocates enough resources for requirements such as office space, computers, special peripherals, and etc. Activities are project team identification, detailed project scoping, project requirements analysis, project designing. Deliverables, project team composition, a printed project timetable, an illustrated detailed project scope, and printed design documents. Development, the third phase. This is usually where most of the work is done. In this phase, the actual codes, or in the case of video, digital output are put together by the developer. Applications are integrated, and databases are created. This phase is responsible for translating the scope and agreements of the previous phases into working applications or scenes in a case of a video project. Activities involved are code development, module testing, and module integration. Testing. In this phase, codes are tested to make sure that they are address the defined user requirements and that they are bug-free or error-free. Activities involved are testing, debugging, and revisions, deliverables, acceptance documents, and the system for deployment. Deployment phase. Once the system has been accepted by the stakeholders, the project is launched and exposed to the target users. There are still some activities that have to occur before the project is closed. These activities may range from simple announcement, informing users that the system is ready to use, to migrating a system or a website into live servers, to filing up a database with content. Deployment may also include user training and the creation of user manuals. Activities are migration, training, documentation. Deliverables are live system, live website, user training, and user manuals. Maintenance. After deployment, the need to maintain the delivery system arises. In this phase, the developers of the system should be able to provide technical support for the users of the system, It is even possible that bugs may be discovered in this stage, thus the developers need to fix them as they occur. Also, users may require the developers to make changes to the system as needed. Video or movie products are also maintained in a way that allows the output to be played in current media technologies and for them to make use of new software technologies. Activities are debugging of newly discovered errors and monitoring the system. Deliverables are technical supports, reports containing the status of the system, bugs, and etc. There are other types of IT projects life cycles that you can search on the internet. It can be the water model and the system's development life cycle, the spiral model, and the rapid application development model. Project team structures. What is your favorite position in a basketball team? Center, forward, guard. Each position in a basketball team requires certain skills. As a basketball team composed purely of powerful centers would have a lot of difficulty winning a game, the same goes for a team composed purely of guards. An IT project team is no different. Positions in an IT project team need to be filled by individuals qualified for the expectations that come with each role. Each member needs to fulfill his/her responsibilities in order to make sure that the project is delivered on time and with an emphasis on quality. The different types of IT projects require different team structures and compositions. Various requirements demands various sets of roles and skills, but there is one role that will always be there no matter what type of IT project you are implementing: the project manager. The project manager, or PM, is the person who is expected to control all aspects of the project. In video production, this is the director, and in a website developer, a project manager. The web development project team. The following team structure can be used to effectively deliver simple website development projects. Again, the project manager oversees all the activities and tasks of each member. Content writer is the one who is tasked for the researches and writes all the content that will be published in the website. He or she updates the content of the website whenever necessary. Systems or information architect, they design the flow of information in the website. They create the sitemap and wireframes that will guide the graphic artist in designing the layout of the website. A graphic artist is the one who designs the look and feel of the website. He or she executes the layout or the wireframe from the information architect within the website according to the recommendations given and stated on the wireframe. Web developer converts the design of the graphic artist into web page format. He or she assists in the migration. Once we say migration, the uploading of the website to the server and ready to be used in the internet. Each team member regularly reports the status of their task to the project manager. The project manager then consolidates these reports in order to monitor the current status of the project. In video production, the project manager is called the director. The members under the scriptwriter, production manager, creative staff, and video editor. In video production, note that the video editor is the one who is responsible for producing the raw output or rough cut. Every successful project always begins with a realistic plan. To make sure that the plan is organized and on schedule, a project team needs a project manager. The project manager is responsible for the execution of the plan through the different stages of development of the project. These defined phases are known collectively as the project life cycle.